G'day merchants, welcome back to a tutorial you didn't ask for. I know, right? 2 tutorials in a row, who would have thought? Maybe I'm just pining for views. Yeah, I am. I really just want to reach 1k subscribers. Is that too much to ask? Because I've been trying for 4 years! Christmas! It's on its way, and you know what that means.
Oh, presents?
Yeah, no.
Seeing family and loved ones?
Oh yeah,
No. Spending my life savings to ensure that I can participate in the social expectations of reciprocating the act of gift-giving in the holiday spirit?
Oh, yeah, no. Come on, what happens during the month of December? Everyone goes absolutely crazy, trying to prepare for not only Christmas but also wrap up the end of the year. And shortly after that, the uni students go back to school. Did I lose you? It's hiring season, baby! Get out your notebooks, ladies and gentlemen, we've got resumes to design. Did you know that resumes didn't just pop into existence like how babies are? See, in 1482, Leonardo da Vinci was trying very hard to get that bag. So he wrote a letter to this guy, the Duke of Milan. Rather than focusing on his art, which he's famous for today, Da Vinci highlighted his talents for designing weapons, bridges, and fortnight, things that would have been valuable to the Duke in a time of war. They were mostly based in his own theoretical designs, rather than proven experience, but were highly innovative and ahead of his time, like his designs for tanks and flying machines. Sadly, many were never built or tested during his lifetime. This was a bold marketing move, and by some miracle, it worked. The guy wasn't even formally trained, but he said he was an expert, and they believed him! I'm telling you, fake it till you make it is the only way to progress your career. Right, so the word resume comes from the French word resume, which means summary. The idea is that the resume provides a brief summary of your skills, experiences, and qualifications. Basically a concise version of your professional story. The French term began to be used in this context in the early 20th century as people increasingly needed a way to present their qualifications for job applications. By the 1950s, resumes started evolving from simple lists of skills to more personalized documents with contact info and things like education history. The 80s and 90s brought the digital boom, so now you could email and upload your resume in just a few clicks. So given all this information, why do resumes matter? Well, when you apply for a job, the hiring team sees hundreds of applications. They're looking for something that stands out, and that's why your resume is important. It's your first impression. If it's boring or messy, they might not even bother reading it. In fact, your resume could be trashed before it's even read. If it's creative and well organized, you've got a much better shot. A resume isn't just a document about where you worked, it's a sales pitch for yourself. You are selling yourself, your skills, your experience, and underratedly, your personality. Hiring teams are not just looking to fill a position, but also for someone who will fit well into their existing team. Like, look at these 2 resumes. Without reading them, which person looks like the better fit to work at a kindergarten? Exactly. That's where I come in. How to design a resume that sells you for the job that you want. Showing exactly who you are is the top priority, and this is where good design matters, especially in creative fields like graphic design or marketing. A resume that looks visually appealing is a must. But no matter what field you're in, the design of your resume can say a lot, and while you're at it, just have fun making it. That's all there is to it. If you have fun making it, your personality will shine through. G'day! I haven't officially launched my website, DFJ Markets, just yet. But if you would like a template to get started, head on over there, dfjmarkets.com.
Actually, you're designing a resume, not a poster.
Shut up! It is a poster! You are literally making a mini advertisement for yourself in a quick to read and engaging way. Like, look at this. Does this look like something you'd be interested in? Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Okay, this tip kind of applies to everyone. Riddle me this. What do businesses like more than money? Any guesses? No? Alright. Branding. They obsess over it. So when it comes to your resume, make sure to think like a business in a sense. Because if these hiring people are seeing hundreds and hundreds of resumes that all look the same, what is going to be unique, memorable, and identifiable about your resume? Now there are two ways that you could go about this. Either one, you use a template with platforms like Canva, Google Docs, Microsoft Word, or even those resume builders online. This can save you a lot of time and give you a very good professional starting point. But it could also hinder your success because it is a template, so you would need to heavily customize it so it doesn't look like everyone else's. Now I know designing from scratch can actually be really overwhelming if you don't have a design background, but this gives you full control over how your resume looks. Tools like Adobe, Illustrator, Figma are great for this, even Canva and Microsoft if that's what you choose. Anyways, before you get too ahead of yourself on which software and program and blah 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 blah, just make sure that it is easily accessible to the hiring team and that they can print it efficiently. Don't dismiss printing. I know we live in a digital world, but things can get lost. I've literally gotten a job because I handed the guy a copy of my resume during the interview and it sat on his desk until he needed to hire again 3 months later. Woo! We've made it to the tutorial part. For this I'm going to be using Canva. Yes, I do have a diploma in graphic design. Yes, I will still be using Canva to do this tutorial because A, it's free, and B, it's accessible to a lot of people. Let's get on to how to design this thing step by step. I know we went on a little bit of a tangent from branding, but we're bringing it back now. So when it comes to starting your resume, before you even begin, make sure to ask yourself, what job are you applying for? Is it creative? Is it corporate? An internship? All of these things will affect your design choices and should be reflected in your final design. Creative fields might call for a more artistic flair, while traditional jobs would require more structured, minimal design. But that doesn't mean that you can't personalize it and make it stand out. If you want a specific job at a design company, maybe you want to match their vibe, things like that, you know? Right, so now we're going to be setting up our format and our layout. There are 3 common formats to choose from. You can either A, list your work experience in reverse chronological order, B, focus on skills rather than work history, or C, a mix of both. This is a flexible format that works in most situations, so pick the format that best aligns with your experience and the job that you're targeting. To set up your layout, make sure that it is scannable. Hiring managers spend literal seconds looking into each resume, so keep it clean with plenty of space to breathe by breaking up the text into yummy nuggets of information. Highlight your strengths. Put your strongest assets like key skills or standout experiences, things like that, right at the top. Use bold text or larger fonts to strategically draw attention. Remember to use different layouts, shapes, colors, lines, things like that to direct their eye to the information in the order that you want them to see it. Regardless of whether you're using a template or starting from scratch, make sure that the layout is clear and easy to follow. Okay, here's some things that you should include. Your header, summary/objective, experience, skills, education, and optional sections like awards, publications, languages, etc. Choosing your colors and fonts attributes to your personal brand. So using a set color scheme that you like and including a personal logo, icon, or some element to identify yourself with can make your resume stand out and be more unique. With colors, stick to a simple color palette. 3 at maximum, or you could have 1 accent color for the headings or dividers. It is enough to add personality without overwhelming the reader. If you're someone who struggles with choosing colors, maybe you want to visit this website Coolers. Either choose 3 colors from a pre-existing template or press the spacebar to make your own. When it comes to fonts, make sure to pick out ones that suit not only your personality but also the ease of reading. You only really need 2 to 3 fonts: heading, subheading, and body. If pairing fonts is a little bit scary, make sure to check out my fonts video. At the end, I list a bunch of combos to try. In not a lot of scenarios would I say this, but don't let creativity overpower professionalism. Remember to stay balanced and think strategically. Keep it classy while still letting your vibe shine through. If you have a very minimalist resume, maybe in the bottom corner or up the top with your header next to your name, you'll put a sketch of something that you designed. And you know what? That one little sketch is a game changer because not only are you showing your personality, you're also showing your skills before they even open your portfolio. Now, designing a resume with creative flair is all well and good until it is absolutely destroyed and rendered useless by inconsistent formatting. So as you go and when you proofread, make sure that all of your body text is the same size, all of your headers are the same size, your spacing and margins is all the same size. Since hiring managers don't have a lot of time to spend reading your resume, make sure that you are using bullet points. Keep everything concise, focusing on achievements and measurable results like led a team of 150 staff or increased sales by 30%, things like that. When it comes to the content that you're actually putting in your resume, my first word of advice would be to keep the alignment left. Make sure that you're tailoring the information and the content to the job that you're applying for. If you have a long work history, maybe only include the most relevant positions and skills for that job that you're applying to. Speaking of skills, it's quite common practice to put in a little section of keywords for your technical and soft skills, and this will just help the hiring team at a glance to see a little bit more about you. Right, so your final things to consider is keep your resume to one page, tailor for each job, and personalize your design, even if you're using a template. So when you're ready to send it off, make sure to export it as a PDF, since PDFs preserve your formatting and ensures that the hiring managers sees the resume exactly as you designed it, regardless of the device or software that they're using. Oh my goodness, is anyone else sweating or is it just me? Look, at the end of the day, when the hiring team first glances over your resume, they have absolutely no idea who you are, what your skills are, where you come from, all of those things. So it's important to get your message across as soon as you can. Show them who you are and what you've got and what value you bring. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments or join the Discord. We can talk about it there. You could even share your resume and I can give feedback if that's something you want. Like and subscribe. Goodbye!